our prestigious scholar, fortunately with us, between us, Professor Bimlendra, sir, who is the ex-head of Department of Pali and Buddhist Studies. I am now welcoming sir and now requesting him to please say a few words about Mahāvīra and Mahāvīra Jayanti on Jainism.
Thank you, Dr. Anand Kumar Jain, sir. Most respected Professor Mukul Raj Mehta ji, Chairman of VSS Committee, Professor Anand Kumar Mishra ji, Head Department of Philosophy and Religion, Professor Suman Jain, Head Department of Ancient History, Culture and Archaeology, VHU, Dr. Bain, Dr. Anand Kumar Jain, Dr. Vivekanand Jain, Dr. Shreyasnath Kumar Jain, Dr. Rahul Maurya, Kalpana Jadhav ji, and other faculty members of Department of Philosophy and Religions, faculty members, research scholars, and my dear research scholars. It is indeed a great matter of pleasure to get associated with this program on Mahāvīra and birth celebration of Tirthaṅkar. I was asked by our Honorable Professor Mukul Raj Mehta ji to come for this occasion. So I have come here. I wish you all a great prosperous birthday celebration of our Lord Mahāvīra. I have been benefited much by the presentation of the research scholars. There are so many similarities of Buddhism and Jainism also. When the research scholars were presenting their papers, they were talking about the law of karma. There are three attributes of the Jainism: right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. All these are also common in our in the teachings of the Buddha also. These three attributes like right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct, these have been also discussed in a very detailed manner in our Eightfold Path. In a brief manner, I would like to compare all these Jain philosophy, how they are also coming to our Buddhist philosophy also, or how they are related with the teachings of the Buddha also. When we are talking about the right belief, in Buddhism also, right belief or right faith is just like a water purifying gem. That just like a gem which is poured in the water, dirt water, it gets purified. In the same manner here also in Jainism, the right belief and the right faith is just like purifies our consciousness. In Buddhism also, that right faith or right belief just purifies our consciousness. Just like a example has been given, that just like a goldsmith which uses a gem for purifying their gold, or how a gem is being poured in the water and water gets purified. In the same manner, this right belief or right faith purifies our consciousness from the defiling factors or the antidotes or nivarnas. How these antidotes or hindrances which are putting obstacle in the path of concentrations, how they can be removed by the right faith. Right knowledge also we are having in Pali or in Buddhism, just like a samyak drishti or right knowledge. So here in Buddhism, right knowledge is just like that knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, knowledge of the Eightfold Path, knowledge of the law of dependent originations, knowledge of the past existence, present existence, and future existence. So this is called as right knowledge in our Buddhism. In Jainism also this related with the right conduct. Buddhism also give more emphasis on the right conduct. Buddhism believes in the intention and the behavior. And Buddhism says that all things are being guided by our intentions and the behavior. Here, intentions is nothing but the law of the karma, which we are just discussing in our Jainism also. How this intention and behavior, Buddha says that Chetana ham bhikkhave kammam badami chetitva kai kammam pachi kammam mano kammam. That all actions are being manifested by our volition or the consciousness. Here, Buddhism also gives more emphasis on the mind also. Some of the research scholars, they were presenting their paper that how the mind, body and the soul, these three are more important in Jainism also. In Buddhism also, this mind, matter and our Hadaivattu, that is the base of the heart, where all the actions of the mind are being manifested. I will give you the comparison that how this law of karma is also equivalent to the same Jainism also says like this. So intention and behavior, Buddhism believes that all things are being manifested by our consciousness. That is why mind is the forerunner of all the actions. All the actions, whether they are moral or immoral, they are being guided by our consciousness. That is why in Buddhism also it is said that chittam ti kriya, that here consciousness is nothing but it is the kriya, that is the actions. Whatever the actions we are doing, they are being done by only by our consciousness. In Jainism also the consciousness is just like a jiva. The concept of the jiva here, it is said that jiva is the eternal and this is the permanent or eternal one. But Buddhism does not believe in the concept of the permanent entity of anything. But in another way, we say that this is the chitta santati. There is the continuity of our consciousness which transmigrates from one life to another life. This is the transmigration of the consciousness. Now the question arises that the consciousness which transmigrates from one life to another life, that is the same or it is the different from the previous one. In Milinda Pahyo, there is a dialogue between the Acharya Nagsen and King Milinda, and there is a detailed discussion of that. And it is said that this Nam and Rup, which takes birth, it is not the different one and not the same one. Nacha sa nacho ahiyo. That based upon the previous life, there is the existence of the new life. The Nam Rup which takes birth in the next birth, this is the dependent on the previous resultant of the moral and immoral actions done by a persons. So this is the existence or, and the concept of the jiva which we are talking in Jainism, it is just like a Hadai Bhattu. There is a concept of our seat of the consciousness that is called as Hadai Bhattu. There is a concept of the Hadai Bhattu, that where the Mano Dhatu and the Mano Bhyana Dhatu, all the consciousness are being manifested, whether they are moral or immoral. So there is a concept of, in lieu of Hadai Bhattu, in Buddhism also we are having the concept of Hadai Bhattu. This is the Hadai Bhattu, which is the base of the arising of the Mano Dhatu and Mano Bhyana Dhatu. In that way, we can say that this Chitta Santati is just equivalent to our concept of the Jiv in Jainism. So Jiv is the eternal one. What we are considering in our Jainism, it is just equivalent to the term Chitta Santati, which transmigrates from one life to another life. And which transmigrates, it is not the different one and not the same one. This is the concept of this. And much has been also said in the karma and the rebirth also, and how, and we are also having that there are 5 anubratas, which 5 vows we were talking. That is the ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. These are the five vows which are much important. Why ahimsa has been given much importance in the Jainism? It is a matter of investigation that why Jainism talks about the Jainism, ahimsa. The same concept we are also having in Buddhism also. If you go through the right determinations, that is the Samyak Sankalpa, which is the second factor of the Eight Noble Path, that it says that it is the Nekham Sankalpo, Abhyapat Sankalpo, and Avihimsa Sankalpo. There are three terms which are related with our right determinations. So here, that is the Abhyapad Sankalpo and Avihimsa Sankalpo. Here the concept of Avihimsa Sankalpo is the another name of Ahimsa. So here ahimsa is just refraining, and these five vows are also available in our Buddhism also, like Panchasil. And this breath is nothing but it is the refraining or restraining the same thing. And in also in Buddhism we are having the five precepts like das Panch Sikhapad. Panati pata bermani sikhapadam samadhiyami adinna dana bermani sikhapadam samadhiyami kamesu mikshachara bermani sikhapadam samadhiyami musavada bermani sikhapadam samadhiyami vajpamad athana bermani sikhapadam samadhiyami. If you compare all these five precepts, Panchasil, which he is prescribed for all the laity persons, they are also the five vows which are similar in our Jainism also. So the concept of ahimsa is nothing but it is the another name of karuna. Karuna is compassion. What is the compassion or karuna? It is just ahimsa, that refraining from killing a living being. And karuna is just not the name of a verbal sympathy after the seeing of the suffering of others, but how you are making an effort to uproot or to destroy the suffering of the others. It is the name of the compassion. And this compassion is the name of the ahimsa. That is the ahimsa which has been given much importance in Jainism also. In Buddhism, we are also giving the much importance on karuna or compassion. This compassion, until unless we do not have a compassion toward all the human beings, we cannot get equality towards all the human beings. So this is the concept which, the concept of ahimsa. There are other things also which are very much common. If you go through the logic and epistemology, there are so many theories which are quite similar, like the theory of apoha and whatever we are talking. These are also available in Buddhism and Jainism also. So because of the lack of time, I am not going to explain all these, the similarities which we are having in Jainism and Buddhism. And both these religions and in Pali literatures also, some of the suttas like Samayapala Sutta, Samgama Sutta, Sangiti Sutta, they are talking about the Nikanthanath, Putta, Chatu, Yam, Sambara, the restatement of the fourfold, restatement of related with the water, how these have been discussed. So there is a detailed discussion of the six contemporary teachers in our Pali literatures also. Nikanthanath Pattu, which is also contemporary teacher of our Buddha. When Buddha was 29 and he was renouncing the household life, Lord Mahāvīra was 59 by that time. So this is the teachings which are available in Pali literatures also. And after the Mahaparinirvāna of Lord Mahāvīra, how the conflict which arose among the disciples of the Buddha, and how they were councils which was held in our at the time of the Buddha himself, that is available in the Sangiti Sutta in Pali literatures also. So these are some of the things which we can discuss and we can remember the main teachings of the Lord Mahāvīra. And by remembering these teachings of the Lord Mahāvīra, we can strengthen our ideas, we can be more energetic, we can follow the ideals of the Lord Mahāvīra, and we can lead a very noble life in present time. Thank you very much.
Very, very thankful for Professor Vimlen sir for his valuable thoughts. And now I am requesting Professor Mukul Raj Mehta sir to honoring him by garlanding have a clap for respected sir. And for such a short period, he depicted all about Jainism and Buddhist philosophy as well as